Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
We all know those GLP-1 injections work wonders, but that price tag almost gave me a heart attack when my insurance denied coverage. I was staring at a choice between paying my mortgage or paying for weight loss. Talk about a rock and a hard place. Then I found Elevate Health compounded semaglutide at just $58 with payment plans that don't require a second mortgage. Same medication, same results, but a price that real folks can actually afford. Visit joinelevate.com today. That's JOINELEVATE.com. Your wallet will be as happy as your waistline. This medication is not FDA approved.
Are you scouring the web for the best Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals? Stop it. Get Rakuten. Rakuten is a shopping sidekick that gets you cash back on gifts for everyone on your list. Right now, you can get up to 15% cash back at the stores you love. You can even stack cash back on top of the biggest sales of the year. That's savings on savings. It's more time shopping and less time searching. With Rakuten, you're always saving at your favorite stores on the things you're already buying. Cashback is automatically added to your account as you shop, and you get paid with gift cards, PayPal, or check. Or eligible American Express card members can even choose to earn membership reward points instead of cashback. It's truly a no-brainer. Now's the time to join. Up to 15% cashback ends on 12/2. Plus, new members will receive a welcome bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.com, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's RAKUTEN. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello and welcome back to the King of Hearts podcast. Today, I want to talk about, well, something that I think I should probably know more about, hence why I got my friend Lucas on with me. Hello.
Hello. I'm going to try to get through this without having to take a break from laughing. But.
Yeah, well, anyway, we're going to be talking about men's mental health, which I feel like, as people may know me, they might think that I actually hate men, but I don't hate men. I actually don't.
I thought you did.
Did you think I hated you when I first met you?
No.
No.
I think you're a bit skeptical though.
I think I was like, oh, this fucking guy on TikTok.
Yeah. I think you definitely like met me and was like,
I was like, he definitely loves himself.
Nah, I mean,
but
like,
you should love yourself.
Yeah, I feel like not enough people do love themselves. So when you do, it's kind of like looked at as like an extra thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I
you told me that actually. I remember you. Yeah, I think so.
If you love me, let me fly away. Maybe I'll come back to you. Maybe I won't.
So me and Lucas met, well, kind of, I guess, through social media.
Yeah.
We followed each other on TikTok. He was posting all his, TikTok thirst traps. And I was like, oh, I mean, you were.
No, I was.
You don't deny it.
No, I feel like
he's a good-looking man. He's allowed,
I feel
if you're
like...
not good looking and posting thirst traps, I don't think it would have worked.
Oh my God.
Well, anyway, and then we met in London. He moved to London. You're from Australia.
Yeah.
We've got loads of events together, and
Yeah.
I guess we created a friendship. So here we are. You actually DM'd me being like, oh, I'd like to come on.
Well, I was like, I kept seeing you post stuff about it, and I was just like, dude, if you ever need someone to jump on, sure.
Yeah.
Because we always get into like these deep diving conversations whenever we see each other, and I'm like, oh, it could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't have enough men on the pod. I feel like
Yeah.
I have loads of very angry women on the pod. I feel
Really?
like, yeah, I've only had 2 other guys on the pod.
I feel like you could relate to a lot of angry women though.
I have been an angry woman, but you know what?
For
I have been an angry woman, but this year I feel like I've grown so much in terms of like maturity, and like I literally just filmed a podcast episode before this talking about how I had a situationship, and I handled it so well. He basically got with a girl in front of my best friend after I left New York.
So this was in New York.
This was whilst I was in New York recently.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. I could have gone about it so badly. I could have been like, you fucking piece of shit. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, I could have been that angry woman which I have been in the past. But this time I was like, with all due respect, I would be disrespecting myself if I forgave you for doing that because it's downright disrespectful. I have nothing against you as a person. I think you're a nice person. I just think what you did, I don't agree with. And I cannot continue this any further. And he was like, fair enough.
If you don't mind me asking, how deep was like the situationship? Like
It was
obviously
only
there's,
like a
there's
few
no
weeks.
Okay.
Like 3
I'm not trying to like
weeks.
justify it. I'm just trying to like how much self-control you had not to react in a really bad way.
Yeah. Well, we weren't exclusive. So he could have done whatever he wanted. And same with me.
Yeah, still a shit move.
But it's still a shit move to do in
Yeah.
front of your best friend, knowing
Did
that.
he know that?
Yeah, he knew she was there. And he didn't care. So,
Okay.
you know, it's just lack of respect.
Did he try to be like discreet, or was he just
No.
oh wow,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, shit. Okay.
Yeah. I could have taken it really badly. And I was like, actually, you know what? This is a blessing in disguise, because imagine if I'd dated this person for a few months and
Yeah.
gotten more emotionally involved. Like, I'm glad that I found out when I did, because it's only
Yeah.
like 3 weeks. Like, that's really nothing in the grand scheme of things.
No, it's not, but it also just, I mean, it depends. I feel like different kinds of connections can lead you in all different kinds of ways, and
I had a great
can-
experience, but just, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, you know, people come into your life for a season, a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
yeah,
And
I
he
think,
came
yeah.
on for a very short season and a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, no.
So I'm against situationships.
I mean, understandably, I feel like everyone to a certain degree is against situationships.
But
But
why
then
do we get into them?
You just find yourself in them.
I've never found myself in a situationship till now, and then I cut it off so quick.
Yeah, but would you have cut it off if it didn't go the way it did?
I would have gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, are we together now? Because
Okay.
I'm like, if you're in a situationship, how I view it is you want to have your cake and eat it. If you're in a
Dude,
situationship,
I have the worst past experiences with people that want their cake and eating it. And I genuinely, in the past, I think month, have just like cut ties with that concept. I hate it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not fun.
No,
and it
it's
fucks
not.
with your mental health.
No, but it's oh my God. I like a quote that I saw the other day that completely changed my mindset and concept on things it was a reel that popped up. And it was, if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. Did you see that video?
No.
It went crazy viral, but it was just like this really pretty girl that went on this podcast and she said this and I was just like, damn, like
Yeah.
if you're constantly just going through something, but also indecision is a decision.
Yeah.
If you're not choosing, you're choosing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can't decide whether to jump into something or not to jump into something, that's a decision in itself.
It is.
If it's causing you that much stress.
Yeah, but sometimes, and I know it's kind of fucked up, but like people love pain. And no,
Yeah,
it's
no,
true.
No,
If you hate yourself, if you really don't love yourself, and this is something that I've been through and I've been reading this book about, it's called The Mastery of Love. And in the book, it basically talks about how, don't laugh at me.
Sorry.
I'm trying to love myself here. Okay, I'm in my healing era. Anyway, so in the book, it basically says, if you don't love yourself and you don't, like, if you don't feel like you're good enough, you're always going to choose relationships that are going to cause you pain because you feel like you deserve it. Because a part of you feels that you deserve that pain.
I feel like I agree and disagree with that. I feel like I understand why that can be a certain situation you end up in. But I also think sometimes you can just be led astray and something makes you feel something you haven't felt before. And then all of a sudden you get attached to that feeling.
But that's not love. That's attachment.
No, I know, but it's no one ever said it was love or isn't love, but it's just what you're feeling when you dive into something. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to relate it back to the love for pain. But I feel like it comes back to people thriving off chaos.
Yeah.
And some people love that excitement and unhealthiness of things.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the highs
I've definitely been like that
feel,
before.
same,
Yeah.
100%. The highs are higher when the lows are that low.
No, exactly. And it becomes an addictive back and forth.
Well, yeah, it's like if you don't hear from someone for 3-4 days, that's kind of like withdrawals. Actually,
100%,
it's withdrawals. And then when you
100%,
get that message, you're like, but that's
No.
that's not good.
No,
and then
it's
the
not.
person that's really nice to you and is giving you healthy communication, you're just like, nah. Like,
No, I know. I feel like I've got to try and crack out of that now. Because when you're just so used to kind of chaotic stuff, you don't
Well, you're
really
almost
know.
relearning.
Yeah,
habits.
and it's such a confusing thing.
It is.
It is such a confusing thing.
It is.
Because I don't know, like I'm not really like, I don't know. I was used to kind of talking to people, and I've just kind of like cut ties completely with talking to people, literally.
Like romantically talking to people.
Yeah. Or like, I don't know. It's.
You seem to love a situationship. When's the last time you
What
were in a
the fuck?
relationship?
When was the last time? Like a proper relationship?
Yeah.
Like label and everything?
Yeah. I love how you have to say with label and everything. Like,
Well, I told you before. It was kind of like I was in a weird situation for a long time, and
I just like I couldn't.
properly in a relationship probably like 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, for me, I'm like, you either want to be with me or you don't.
Yeah. See, I think I just had a lot of hard time accepting that from different things, and sometimes you have to be patient with some people, you know. But it also comes down to the person in itself.
I don't
actually
know.
wanting to work towards something and make a decision. No, I feel like you have to be patient sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't agree, because I feel like if you meet the right person, you're not going to want to wait. And I feel like whenever a person has said to me, I'm just not ready for a relationship, and this is kind of the hard truth, is like, I'm just not ready for a relationship with you.
No, I know. I've seen
when
that
you
before.
meet the right person.
I've definitely seen you make a TikTok about that.
Maybe. But I stand by that. Like,
yeah.
you know, I speak to my dad's friends and they tell me about the stories where they met their wives, and they're like, when I met my partner, I just knew in that moment. And it was not even a thing of like, oh, I need to take time to heal from my previous relationship and I'm having trust issues. It was like, I've met you and they just knew.
No,
and
see,
they didn't want to fuck it up. They didn't want to take time. They were just like, this is my person.
Yeah, no, I hear stories about that as well, and I feel like to properly understand, I don't know, as much as I love the idea of that and that concept, I haven't had. I feel like sometimes you can get that feeling in time. I feel like straight away it can happen. Of course, it can happen. I've been told stories about that happening so many times, but I feel like also there's a bit of sweetness to being patient, and then you kind of realize. And you can build into someone. Sometimes the right person isn't always the right person straight away, but it's also about finding someone that's willing to grow and understand and
I've never had that.
Yeah, neither.
I've never had that where I've met someone and like slowly gotten to know them. And I actually need to get better at that, because I was also talking about this in a previous podcast, is I really wear my heart on my sleeve.
No,
and
same.
I give my heart to someone that doesn't actually deserve my love or doesn't deserve my heart.
Yeah.
And also when you give your heart to someone, you're basically giving it for them to hurt. But when you're in a relationship, I do think you included, need to take more time to get to know someone and be more careful of who we give our hearts to, and take the time to give our hearts, because someone needs to deserve your heart.
Yeah. See, I feel like I went through a huge phase of just trust first.
No.
But then as soon as you go against that trust, it's not really coming back. Because I like no walls to break down. I feel like it's a really true to yourself way of doing it. But it's bitten me in the ass a couple times.
And now you're single?
Yeah.
Totally?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, have you ever been through that phase where it's just kind of like you'll talk to different people, but the moment they do something to kind of like piss you off slightly, you kind of like just completely switch off?
Yeah.
I'm only newly going through that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, seriously, like my WhatsApp is the driest it's ever been.
Your WhatsApp? Did you give out your number?
Well, like to people that I'm talking to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, would you actually no? Okay, question. Would you, if someone came up to you, would you give them your number straight off the bat?
No.
Okay. Yeah, neither.
I'd be like,
give me Instagram.
Yeah. Like,
I did the same thing.
Like, I can give you my Instagram and then just like not reply.
Yeah.
Or just be like, what reason? Like, I don't give strangers my number.
No, I know.
Why do I owe you my number? I only met you 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, see, okay, I still think I get prank calls from girls I've given my number to in the past.
Oh.
Like ages ago. Because I still have my same Australian number that I've had, like not while I'm living here, but when I go back to Australia, I change it back. And I still get prank calls from like girls that maybe
I've never had a prank call.
Really?
No.
because
That's
they're just
weird that you
scared to
get
prank
prank
call you.
calls from girls. That's kind of
Yeah, and
sus.
it's weird because I do, and I never
Like the
kind of
girls love you. You know, what can you say?
yeah. I don't know if that translates into prank calling though. Like, what are you trying to get across
Maybe
by
it's
doing
an
that? apart from
Australian
just
thing.
fucking annoying me.
Maybe it's an Australian thing.
Is it?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I've never had a prank call from a guy.
Maybe it is an Australian thing.
Maybe.
I don't feel like a guy would prank call. I feel like a guy maybe just off the cuff would call you, like with intent. I feel like girls, they've always been drunken with friends.
I don't know.
We're just going to take a pause there and we'll be back after this break.
So obviously, you know, we as women, I think, you know, whenever I get girls on the pod or like just talking to girls in general,
Yeah.
you know, there is this like crazy stat that male suicide rates are way higher than female suicide rates because women talk and men don't. Like, do you talk to your guy friends about like how you guys feel?
I do. Like, I know the stats and everything, how men don't talk. I kind of pride myself on the fact that I talk to my friends so much.
About how
different
you
things.
feel?
Yeah, yeah. One of like
But that's like an anomaly because a lot of guys don't talk about how they feel.
but this is part of the thing. Like, I show myself completely. Like, I have no problem wearing my heart on my sleeve. And if I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad fucking day.
And you'll share that with your guy friends?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And do you think guys should have more female friends?
Yeah, I feel like that comes down to maturity and your capability to separate, you know, romance and that. Like, because obviously there's the whole, you become friends with a woman and there's this inevitable attraction, but it's hard to translate. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm articulating that properly.
Yeah.
But
I found it hard in the past to be friends with guys.
yeah, like I was never friends with girls.
Same.
Ever. Yeah. And
I've never had many guy friends because, you know, they'd be like, oh yeah, I just want to be your friend. And then you go to a party and you get drunk and they've suddenly made a move on you and you're just like, we've been friends for 5 years.
Yeah.
And like, I just, you know, once I came out of a relationship and my guy friend who I'd been friends with for 5 years suddenly just like,
oh wow.
put his arm around me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And it almost feels like betrayal.
Yeah.
So like, I trusted you to not want that.
No, see, that's like what I understand. I mean, I've definitely had girlfriends that I've gotten with before, but even afterwards, it's been calm. Like we had a conversation about it. We'd be like, and then even after that, because you've explored that, and you're not curious about it anymore. You're not curious about it anymore. You actually don't think about it
Because you got with each other.
because you got with each other.
Yeah. So you almost had to get with each other to then be like, yeah, so that wasn't going to work. So we can be friends now.
Yeah.
But like, do you genuinely think guys and girls can be friends?
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think so. I think it comes down to like I have girlfriends of mine that I genuinely look at like, and I'll be like, oh, you're a pretty girl, but I don't feel any attraction to you whatsoever. And I think, to be fair, I think that took me growing up to have to do that because when I was younger, I would be friends with attractive girls and I would just like I'd be attracted to them as well, but I kind of filtered that out. You know what I mean?
And do you think like girls have helped you with becoming more like open about your emotions as a guy? Do you think by being friends with girls, it's helped, you know, talking about how you feel or not really?
Funnily enough, my best girlfriend doesn't talk about her emotions that much. And out of all my friends, I'd say I communicate my emotions the most. And I promise you, if any of my friends are seeing this, they'll agree with it.
Okay.
Promise you. I think it just comes from how I was raised and the things I grew up around for sure. And I went through counseling and like therapy from a young age. So I was kind of used to having to talk about my shit.
Mm-hmm. Has that really helped you with like your mental health? Like talking about how you feel?
Yeah, sometimes I know I can be a lot with it though, because I'll try and find an answer to something that I can't find an answer to. And I know with friends of mine, they'll kind of be like, we've had this conversation.
Like psychoanalyze yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you say something, you realize something, but I've got crazy ADHD too. Well, I'm trying not to fiddle with this mic so much. But,
Do you take meds for it?
No. I tried and I used to have panic attacks.
Because of the meds?
Yeah. I remember I started taking medication for it when I was in high school, and I randomly in the middle of class, no lead up to it, not even a reason to have it. We were talking about homework or something. I just had a massive panic attack, went and sat on the side of the street on the curb and called my dad being like, Dad, I'm having a panic attack. And
like, what does it feel like to have a panic attack? Can you breathe? Is it like a breathing thing? Like you can't breathe?
From what I remember, it kind of felt like the world had walls that were closing in and you kind of like didn't have an escape. Like it was kind of just inevitable, endless panic that had no depth to it whatsoever. Like you were free falling into nothing.
Wow.
Kind of thing. I just remember sitting like her being like, what is going on? I had nothing to freak out about. But even then I would message a friend. I would be like, yo, I'm having an anxiety attack. I'm freaking
That's
out.
so good that you are like that, because I know so many guys who just don't talk about how they feel. Like
You're doing more damage though.
yeah, because you
Yeah.
keep it all inside. And I feel like the only way you can get through it is by genuinely, I think, talking about it and processing it.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, whenever I'm having issues, like I speak to my mom or my
For
life
sure.
coach for sure. Like I'm
You got a
really,
life coach?
yeah, I have
How's
a life
that?
coach. She is like amazing. Her name's Amy,
Yeah.
and her like name is the missing piece, but like
That's
the
really
missing piece as in like peace and love, the missing
Okay.
piece.
Yeah.
And she's helped me so much. Like this year, I had quite a few panic attacks
Yeah.
where like I woke up in the middle of the night, like at 3 a.m. trying to vomit, but I was like not,
Right.
I was not vomiting anything. I was just vomiting water.
Yeah.
And that was like really crazy to me. That was like, I was going through like a really, really hard time in June.
Yeah.
And I remember like calling her and being like, I just don't know. I feel like I feel horrible. Like I can't even, I'm like waking up in the middle of the night
Yeah.
to vomit nothing.
Shit.
Yeah. So she helped me so much. She taught me this technique of how to like get rid of tension and stress. And you basically have to like shake out your,
Yeah. I've
have
heard
you
about
done that?
Yeah.
You basically shake out your body as much as you can. And then
Yeah.
you like smack your hands on a pillow and it basically gets out. You basically start crying.
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend used to have panic attacks and I remember we'd be somewhere and would randomly doing that.
Because
I remember that.
it's actually an animal thing. You know, animals, when they
Yeah.
get under stress,
Yeah.
in order to shake out that stress, like for example, they've just been like hit by a car or like, you know, in a fight with another animal,
Yeah.
the way that they release that tension and move on is they literally like shake their whole body, and
I
that
didn't
just
know
gets
that.
rid of the stress.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've also never really heard of like a vomiting nothing kind of reaction to a panic attack. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know if it was a panic attack or just like really bad anxiety.
Could you feel the trigger?
I was sleeping.
Was it a dream? I could say, to be fair,
I don't think it was. I think I just like woke up. Something inside me was
it
like,
has to. It has to have some sort of correlation to a dream, maybe.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but that's the weirdest part. That's the weirdest part because I used to have really bad PTSD from something that happened when I was younger, and very rarely will I have like dream like flashbacks and like watch over what happened, and I'll know exactly when I've had one because I'll wake up with like sweats. Like my best friend was recently staying at my house for like 2 months, and he woke me up one of the mornings being like, "Yo, are you good?" And I was like, "Dude, no, I was having like an episode in my sleep." Crazy.
An episode means that you were shaking.
No, apparently I was just like, my whole body was shaking. Like, not like, you know how some dudes like muscle twitch. He was like, nah, that was insane. Like, I was scared. Like, I thought you were like seizuring.
Did he try and wake you up?
Yeah, apparently he tried to wake me up once. I think, I don't want to tell the story wrong because he might see this and then be like, bullshit. But no, but I think he tried to wake me up once and I didn't wake up. And then he kind of just like let it ride out because he kind of like didn't really know what to do, I think.
Wow.
But then, yeah, I woke up and I'm pretty sure I like started crying when I woke up. It was like weird.
But you know what I think is really amazing, which again, you know, like a lot of shit has happened in your life, just like, but don't you view that as kind of a blessing in disguise? Because, you know, if you didn't have all those like bad things that happened to you, maybe you wouldn't be as emotionally like aware, and maybe you wouldn't be speaking about your feelings as much if you didn't have the therapy that you went through. And I feel like, you know, it's made you wiser.
No, for sure. Like I definitely, yeah, I don't know. I definitely, because more people than not around me hold in their emotions, which is quite weird, like males and females.
What about the men in particular?
I am close enough with my best friend where he's kind of known to bottle up his stuff, but he opens up to me a lot.
But why do you think guys bottle up their emotions? Do you think it's like a
I
fear
don't
of
know.
being judged?
Yes and no. I can't really give an inside scoop onto it because I don't understand. I think growing up, dudes are forced to kind of, like, I was forced to talk about it.
Okay.
Rather, I know a lot of guys are kind of forced not to talk about
Yeah,
it.
like be a man and just like get on with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know, but it has to correlate some way back to your relationship with your parents growing up, and you know how it's like anxious avoidant attachments, and how you are in your relationships, how you communicate, but also the thoughts that you process within yourself. Because some people believe if you don't put thought into it, it'll just go away. But realistically, you're just weighing it up, adding weight on, and
and
eventually
also,
you just break. I've seen so many of my friends break from pressure of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of like a kettle. Like the steam is just going to keep building and building and building until it explodes, and that's never the answer. I feel like you need to. I mean, for me, I was taught that whenever something bad happens, to not. It's almost like a wound when you cut yourself. Instead of like, it's going to be painful to like immediately clean that wound with antiseptic. It's going to be fucking painful. It's going to sting.
Yeah.
In that moment, you just got to rip it off and just like clean it. And it's going to be painful. Then you put the bandage on. But what a lot of people do, and I feel like especially men that I know and have met in my life, they'll have a wound.
Yeah.
And instead of cleaning it immediately, they'll just let it. They'll just be like, oh, let me just put a plaster on top and it will go away. But instead, it actually gets an infection. And that wound gets bigger and bigger and bigger if you don't deal with it from the very beginning. And I feel like I have a lot of guy friends who turn to alcohol, for example, and are constantly drinking because they can't deal with the things that are going on in their life. You know, I'll try and prod at them and be like, are you okay? Like, is everything fine? And they'll be like, yeah. Everything's fine, but I think I need to get a therapist. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll give you the therapist because I know a lot. But then they won't go and do the actual work to do the therapy because it's just so much to unpack. And you know, when you just have so much trauma after trauma after trauma built up, it's almost too overwhelming to unpack anything because it's like, oh, it's too late now. Like I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And then what?
Kind of reminds me of when you have to clean your apartment and you delay it. It keeps getting messier and messier and messier. And realistically, now you have more work to do than if you had just done it before.
Exactly.
Yeah, crazy.
And yeah, it makes me sad sometimes. I think we live in a patriarchy, of course, you know, but I feel like a lot of men are victims of the thing that they created as well. Like a lot of guys who, you know, want to be super successful and they want to be a big macho man, but those macho men end up being super, you know, insecure inside because the only way that they feel that they can have success and happiness is by proving to others how much money they've made or this and that. And they end up being alone. Like I've seen so many guys that have this success, but they're alone. Like,
yeah, I've seen a few of them.
It's sad. And they are a product of their own making.
Yeah, see, I feel like that comes down to how well you know yourself and just the people you're around. I know a lot of people that have a lot of successful friends and they just run comparisons. Rather, it's just like, why don't you just take your friend and just like learn from him and see what he's done? And that's what friends are for. I'm sure he has his own experiences that he brings to the table where his friend could learn off him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people focus too much on how to prove something to someone.
Mm-hmm. And also they focus too much on what they don't have.
Yeah.
I feel like if we always are focusing on lack, you're actually going to attract more lack.
Yeah.
If you focus on the positive, you're going to attract positive. Like if you think constantly like, oh, I wish I had that, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, you are going to just see the negative in everything.
No, 100%.
I think it's so important to kind of just see like the glass is half full, but it's so much easier said than done. How is your like mental health in comparison to like being Australian, being in London? Like, does the weather affect you mentally?
For sure. But I think I've just had such a roller coaster of a year that happened all when the sun was out. So now that the sun's gone, I'm kind of just like, it's not really that bad, is it?
Okay.
Yeah, really. Like I that's kind of just how it's been. Like all my friends are kind of complaining about the sun not being there. Man, I was going through some fuck shit while the sun was out. So I'm good.
Same.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, oh, glad that's over. Like bring on the Christmas markets.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, exactly.
No, true. But I also feel like, obviously, because we both work in social media.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself ever comparing yourself to other people online? Or like, do you ever doom scroll? Like,
doom scroll?
Doom scroll is when you're just like scrolling like a zombie for hours.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be comparing. I just find some funny shit to watch. And
okay.
Yeah, just go on a like little tangent. Just
Okay.
go into like the void of
You jump
things.
down a rabbit hole or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. It'd be like
Okay.
some funny, like weird, random, I don't know, just rogue.
Wicked crying. And,
Yeah.
like interviews.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Random. That was random. No, but I don't find myself comparing as much. I feel like I've done a lot of self-work and I'm just very comfortable within myself. Yeah, I don't feel like comparing is ever really something that I do.
Okay.
Yeah, which I know a lot of people do, and I can understand. And I definitely was at a point one time where I was comparing, but I didn't let it affect me as much where it made me insecure with myself. It's kind of just like, oh, what else can I do? Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of motivating.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I used to compare myself a lot, but now I've recently been trying to get into this habit of like when I catch myself comparing, I like remove myself from Instagram because I'm like, this isn't helping me in a positive way. Like I will catch myself like going 3 years down on some girl's Instagram feed and checking. I don't even check how they look. For me, it's comparing engagement.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like not even comparing myself to how this girl looks. I'm like looking at girls with more followers than me and being like, oh, how is her engagement changed?
That's career
from this?
driven though.
Yeah, that's like a very Capricorn thing. The reason why I have grown on Instagram and TikTok is not because of how I look. It's because of like my relationship
Relatability.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
So
for
like
sure. Yeah.
that's for sure.
For sure.
That's why I don't really compare looks because I know that my value doesn't come from looks. My value comes from what I say.
Okay.
As much
Facts.
as
Bars.
the way that I look might help, but
For sure.
you know, like 90% of my audience is girls. Like not many guys follow me. Not many guys like my content.
You're just slamming dudes half the time. Like,
Not anymore. Actually, no, I did slam some guys, recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just social media, you can go down a rabbit hole, but I'm trying to like manage it. Sorry, I just want to go through our quote of the week.
go for it.
It's a little bit cringe, but I feel like this is something that we should all, especially me, should remind ourselves of every single day. You are enough, have always been enough, will always be enough, and you have nothing to prove to anyone.
Yeah.
I feel like the proving to anyone is something that I really struggled with. Like I've always felt like I've had to prove myself to my parents.
Okay.
I'll always look to my mum and my dad for approval, especially my dad.
Yeah.
Because when I started social media, my dad kind of thought it was a joke and he was like, oh, you'll get like a real job. You know, like he always wanted me to work in the city and like work in finance and stuff. And he was like, okay, this is just a phase. And I was like, for 3 years trying to prove to my dad, like I'd be showing my dad my bank account.
Yeah.
Every time I saw him, like, look, like I've got more money now. Like this is real, you know, but I shouldn't have to prove myself to anyone.
Yeah. I feel like parents is a difficult one though. For
Yeah.
sure. Like I mean, I dropped out of high school and studied acting for like two years. And my dad and mum were so against me dropping out. And I promised my dad I would have a plan and then I proved to him that I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got in illegally to like the top acting school in Australia. Like it was illegal for me to get in and somehow I got in.
How was it illegal?
Well, I was 17, you had to be 18. You had to have graduated school. I didn't graduate school. And you had to have 3 years prior acting experience and I didn't have any. So the criteria, I didn't meet one of them. And so, yeah.
You know, you got to fake it till you make it.
No, I didn't lie about anything. It's just, they were just like, look, we just would love to like make this work. And I was just like, yeah, sure. But even with the social media thing, I mean, like the amount of countless conversations I've had with my dad about, you know, like how long will you do this for, blah, blah, blah. But I think
like my dad's like, you know, it's not long term. You got to think of something else, like a backup
for
plan.
sure, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
social media is not going to last forever, right? And I'm
yeah.
like, well, it can.
I can to an extent, yeah. Well, I mean, you can go make your own company, you can go
But
do
also
different things.
big milestones, like life milestones, like getting married, like having kids, like that is something that people live for. Like they love that shit.
You could totally be like a mum influencer.
You know,
Would you do that?
I would like to.
Would you still like talk shit about dudes if you were like?
There's going to be like an evolving of me. And
I
right
can see
now
that
I'm in that evolving process, and I feel like my content's going to be very different in the next year or two.
Funnily enough,
like
I can
I'm
really,
healing.
yeah, I can see that happening with you because I feel like you have a huge opening of being able to do that. To be fair,
Well, I hope instead of chatting shit, I can just empathize and understand why people are the way that they are. And I don't think
You
anyone's
thought about this,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
I've done a lot of work. Like a lot of shit's happened this year that I've had to be like, I don't want to repeat old patterns. If the only way that old patterns are not going to be repeated is if I change myself.
Right. Okay.
Because like attracts like, I
Okay.
believe. And if you are a toxic person, you're going to attract toxic people. And if you are a healthy person that loves themselves, you're going to attract people that are healthy and love themselves too.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't believe a healthy person can attract a toxic person, because you're just going to be like, well, mate, I'm really sorry. Like, don't waste my time.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you for having me on. That was that was fun.
So if you relate to any of this, and if you are a guy listening, there aren't many of you, but if you are listening and you did like this episode, and if you want me to bring more guys on the pod, DM me and let me know, and also share this
She's
on
looking
your
for a husband.
Yeah, I'm
Too.
looking
That's
for a
why
man.
she wants you to DM her. By the way,
Yeah, you know. Who knows? Maybe my future husband's listening to this.
maybe.
And if you did like this episode, please share it on your Instagram story, and also follow Lucas. What's your Instagram at, and TikTok as well?
It's both like just Lucas Whitesmith.
Lucas Whitesmith. And you can see all of his sexy thirst traps. I
haven't
know
posted one in
you want to see
so
them.
long, bro.
Well,
I
now
think-
it's your motivation. It's time.
What, to keep
Like
doing
a winter,
it? Like,
do
what
one
do
in
you
the snow. Like go somewhere like Austria and just like strip in the snow. That would get
Could.
so many views.
Let's do
Anyway, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
mean? Yeah.
Maybe I won't.